Hey everyone, this is Nick Orlando with Core.ai, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about dialogues. So let's jump right in. So dialogues represent a full conversational flow between a user and a virtual assistant. Dialogues can be multi-step, multi-turn, and contextually intelligent. Dialogues can also make use of routing logic to create branching paths based on user inputs and responses. They may also make API calls to pull or update information from backend systems, as well as execute custom JavaScript code if required. Okay, so that's what a dialogue is. And now what I want to do is talk through what that actually looks like in practice with an example that should be familiar, somewhat familiar to everybody, booking a flight. So when you book a flight, you need to know a couple pieces of information, right? You need to know where you're leaving from, where you're going to, and what's the date that you're looking to leave and come back if it's a round trip. We're going to assume it's a round trip for the purposes of this example. Okay, so the first step in a dialogue would be for the user to say something like, hey, I want to book a flight. So now the virtual assistant understands that we're going to book a flight, and it understands also that we need some pieces of information. So that virtual assistant can then ask the user, where are you leaving from? Where are you going to? And what are the dates for travel? So, a user could go through the prompted responses from the virtual assistant and say, I want to leave from Kona International Airport, and I want to travel to Salt Lake City, and I want to leave on March 14th, and I want to come back on March 22nd. Who knows? So you could say all of that, and then the virtual assistant can execute an action on the back end. What it can do is, let's say that this is for just Google Flights. So it's going to pull information from all of the different air carriers. So it's going to take the from, the to, and the dates. It's going to go and look at all of the airline websites, pull back the pricing information, and give you all of your options. So it executes that backend request, pulls in all of the information, and then you're able to pick what flights fit your schedule best and your budget best. So that's one example of how the dialogue can go. However, when you build a dialogue that is very, very robust in understanding of how humans talk, then what we can do is we can provide an experience that is truly phenomenal compared to what's out there today. So rather than having to go through and say, I would like to book a flight. Where would you like to leave from? Where would you like to go to? What is the date? A user could also say, hey, you know what? I want to go and book a flight for March 14th to March 22nd. I'm leaving from, or actually I'm going to Salt Lake City and I'm leaving from Kona International Airport, right? So that was messy, that was human, right? That's how humans talk. That's how humans speak or interact, communicate. But a virtual assistant that's designed the right way can still understand that. Even if you go back and you say, no, not actually, I'm not going to Salt Lake City. I'd rather go to Denver, right? I'd rather go to Detroit. You can go in and update that information, and then the virtual assistant will still understand you. And that is where the experience design comes in. Being able to have it not just be a scripted conversation of back and forth, but more conversational. And that's the goal of these dialogues, is so that you can provide a truly conversational experience to your users. So that's a little bit about dialogues. And thank you for listening. And I look forward to our next conversation. Have a good one. Bye.